Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and my name is Siri and welcome back to another video. So one thing I can promise you through this video is that this video is going to be your eye opener because in this era of social media, I've been bringing this topic of social media in almost every single video from the recent times because I feel that's the hot topic and that's what we are mostly indulging ourselves into. So coming back to the topic, in the era of social media, our whole life is a lie. Like, I'm not saying this just for the sake of it, but I really mean it. Literally, our whole life is a lie because we are not living in reality at all. We are literally not living in reality. We have this world of us which is completely delusional world where we imagine things without even putting the effort, where we imagine things without even actually working towards it. Now, a lot of examples I can give to you when it comes to this particular topic, such as if you want to be fluent in English, right? You want to be good at something. We completely think about what is the result going to be without even taking one step towards achieving that. We want to put any kind of effort, but we want to achieve that. And let me just tell you how social media plays a role over here. So on social media, we see a lot of videos such as my transformation. I've been like this in 2012 and in 2024, I'm like this. For example, I've been like this in the start of 2024, but by the end of 2024, I'm like this. So you see all those videos and you know what happens over here. Yes, you will be inspired by watching all those videos. I feel those videos are made for a good reason to build that inspiration in you, to build that motivation in you. But we as viewers, what we do is we don't look at the time it takes to achieve that particular goal. We only look at the end result that they are showing. Now, if they have achieved that much, of course they've put that effort. Without putting effort, they could not have made that video itself, right, of their transformation of whatever they wanted to, right? So we as viewers, we don't look at the time at all. We are just looking at the result, and that's what we are falling into. We are just completely telling lies to our own selves. We don't want to put any kind of effort. We don't want to work hard. We don't want to take that step one, because I feel these days, lying on your bed scrolling social media has become such a fun thing. We are ignoring every other thing in our life, which is the worst thing, right? We are ignoring literally everything in our life, which is kind of dangerous. It will get dangerous in the future is what I'm assuming, because I've seen so many people literally sticking to their phones and not caring about anything else in the world, which is of course not a good idea. So I really wanted to make this video because I just want you guys to realize this, you know. So let me just talk about myself over here when it comes to this living in reality. I am, of course, a very emotional person. I used to cry for everything, but now I've become stronger. But I'm telling you, being emotional in every single case, it doesn't work. You have to be practical. You have to be practical. There is no other option than being practical in those moments. Now, if I say that you have to be fluent in English, you have to practice. That is the practical tip I can give you as someone who guides you to be fluent in English. I cannot tell you that yes, you can do it, you will do it. Of course that works, because you have to inspire yourself. But at the end of the day, what is going to show you the result is the practical tip that I can provide you as someone who guides you to be fluent in English. I'll give you my own example over here. In the past year 2024, I've been very lazy in the first 6 months. I've mentioned this in a lot of my previous videos as well. Yes, I've been lazy for the 6 months. So I don't like myself to call lazy. I don't like calling myself lazy. I want to call myself like a productive girl, but in reality, I'm not being productive. You know where I'm being productive? I'm being productive in my mind. I mean, I'm being productive in a delusional world. But in reality, I'm not being productive at all. I'm not working towards what I want to. I'm not waking up on time. I'm not sleeping on time. I'm not eating proper food. But I would not want to call myself the lazy girl. I just want to call myself the productive girl, which is a mistake we are making. We don't accept the reality at all. I feel a lot of your problems in life will get solved when you accept things. Like you have to accept the reality. You are not fluent in English, you suck at speaking in English, accept it. Just tell yourself that yes, I actually don't know how to do this. This is one good thing about me, and one of the best friends I have, even with us, it's like the best thing, which is we accept the reality. Because a lot of times living in your delusional mind, living in your mind doesn't work, because that is not what is going to give you the result. That is not what is going to do the miracle. What is going to do the miracle is the practical tip that you can tell yourself, right? So I've been telling myself that I'm the productive one, but in reality I'm not being productive at all. Now, when I have been lazy the 6 months, when I saw myself gaining a little bit of weight, when I saw myself being extremely lazy, I was complaining that I don't have time. I was complaining that no, I am not supposed to be lazy at all. I am very, very productive, is what I was assuming. But in reality, I'm not at all productive. So, this is how we live in a delusional life. But this is how we live in an imaginary world where the reality is that doesn't exist at all. Yes, that imaginary world might give you motivation, inspiration. I completely agree with that. But at the end of the day, you have to put the effort. At the end of the day, you have to be practical no matter what. I'm telling you, you have to do it. Now, if I like gardening, my hobby, if I like gardening, I'm not doing the work at all. I'm not getting the soil, I'm not sowing the seeds, I'm not doing anything, but I call myself that my favorite hobby at home is to gardening. But I'm not doing anything in reality. I'm very sure a lot of things are like that in your life. You're telling that yes, it is my favorite thing. You're telling that yes, it is my favorite hobby. But just ask yourself, how many times have you actually done it? That's what I would like to ask you. So, I just want to let you guys know that it's important that you live in reality. Reality has to hit us. Don't wait till it hits us. Just realize it at least that no, whatever I am imagining for myself is going to come to me only when I put this much of effort. Now, if I say I want to get a fit body by the end of 2025, okay, I'm going to sit and imagine a nice fit body for myself, and every day I'm just going to lie on my bed, I'm just going to imagine that fit body, I'm not going to do anything else. Do you think that gives me the result that I'm desiring for? Absolutely not. But what we do is, this is what we are living in. This is the world that we are living in today, because there is so much of content that is available on social media, because of which we watch it, and by watching it we think that yes, it is possible with us. Just by thinking, nothing is going to be possible, I'm telling you. By imagining, nothing is going to be possible. Yes, it will be feeded in your subconscious mind, but when it is going to be possible is when you actually execute it. Execution has to be the first step that you take as a human if you want to achieve something in life. When I say English, if you want to be fluent in English, the only thing I keep telling you all is to practice every day, right? Now, without practicing, you're assuming that you're practicing, but in reality, you're not practicing at all. But what I'm trying to tell you is, ask yourself how much you are living in reality, because reality is the only thing that is going to give you the result that you have desired for. Reality is the only thing that is going to help you to achieve whatever you want. That's what I'm telling you. And let me ask you that, how many of you have done it? Like, you think of one goal, like you want to do something, you imagine the result first without even putting the effort, and the first 2 days you do it, and the next you forget it, but later you complain it. I'm telling you, you don't even deserve to complain. Like, don't complain when you are not putting the effort. I am telling you, Put the effort, then you won't complain because you know what it takes to be there. When you don't work, that is when you will end up complaining. If I want to get fit, again, let me just take this example. If I want to get fit, I'm going to complain that, oh my god, it's too I don't want to wake up early in the morning. I'm getting a lot of body pains if I do my fitness and all. Okay, you're living in that delusional mind because of which you're giving those complaints. Now imagine if I actually wake up early in the morning, go to the gym, put the effort, do my exercise every day, even if I get pains, when I understand that yes, it is normal in the first days for your body to get adjusted, and then I do it, I know that I'm not supposed to complain to reach the goal that I want to reach. That happens when you live in reality. And living in reality is going to solve half of your problems in your life. Come to reality, guys. What happens to the most? The first day you might feel sad about it, the first day you might find it very very difficult, but with time you will start to accept the reality. With time you are going to get used to it. With time you're going to put more and more and more and more effort to be wherever you want to be. I'm telling you again that don't trust everything that you see on social media because you guys have no idea about what's happening in real life. And I'm telling you, everybody's life is different from one another. Your life is different from mine. But the only common thing that is going to help all of us is to live in reality. If there is a problem, you have to solve that problem with a practical mind. I know it sounds selfish when I say all of this, but being emotional 90% of the times in your life is not going to help you. Of course, emotional strength, that is important, I agree. You have to be emotional on some scale in your life, but that emotional quotient should not take over your life. Every decision that you take should not be taken in an emotional situation. You have to be very practical about the things that you take decisions about that are related to your career. Okay, you get it. So you have to be very much present in reality. You have to be with that practical mind if you want to achieve something regarding your career. If not, I'm telling you, maybe with the high that you have in the initial days, you're going to achieve something. Like, you might put the effort in the initial days, but in long term, that's not going to help you. I'll apply the same thing to English as well. If you want to be fluent in English, ask yourself that do you really want to be fluent in English, or you are just taking this decision in an emotional situation. You're taking this decision in the emotional situation, or you really want to be fluent in English. If you are really practical about being fluent in English, then yes, it is very much possible because you're going to continue for a long period of time to practice English. But when you have taken this decision to be fluent in English in an emotional situation, that emotion is not going to last forever. Now, if I am feeling happy today, I might be sad tomorrow. If I'm crying day after tomorrow, I might be laughing the other day. You get it? These how emotions fluctuate. And when you take decisions in those emotional situations, you are living far away from reality. But as a well wisher, what I would like to suggest you all is that you have to live as closer as possible towards reality. You have to be in the real world. Okay, I'll give you another example also to make you understand this. Now, if I want to have a healthy lifestyle, okay, if I want to have a healthy lifestyle, I have to eat fruits, I have to eat good food to have a healthy lifestyle. And I know that, I know that. But I'm not going to do that, but I'm just going to think about having a healthy lifestyle someday, but I'm not going to do. I'm not going to put any action. And you know what's the worst part is? Every one of us know the solution for every single problem that we have. Like, for example, if I want to have a healthy body, I need to eat healthy. If you want to be fluent in English, you have to practice. If you want to get a fit body, you have to go to the gym. You guys know the solution. I don't have to tell you the solution. That's the worst part. Even knowing solution, we don't do it. That's the worst part ever, I'm telling you. Because this mind, the imaginary world, is taking over everything. We know the problem, we have a problem, we know the solution, we don't want to solve it. Because, as humans, we just don't want to put the effort, get up, work hard, that's so difficult. Just lying down, scrolling social media, gossiping about people, judging people, commenting on someone is pretty easy, right? Very easy. And you know what? When we comment on someone, when we judge someone, when we are lying on the bed and scrolling social media, we know that's wrong. We know it. And still, we choose to do it. I feel a lot of people who achieved something in their life have overcome the imaginary world. You get it? I'm not, don't get me wrong here, because of course, when we visualize things, we get a better picture of what we want to do, where we want to be in the next 5 years. I completely swear by that, because even I do that. But what I'm trying to tell you is anything that you do excess is not good for you. Like you're only living in your imaginary world, thinking about something that you want to achieve, even without putting effort, is stupidity, is what I'm trying to tell you. So, when you overcome that difficulty, that is when you will see the beauty of achieving the goal. That is when you're going to see it. Even if you know the solution, if you are not able to achieve it, what is the problem over here? The problem is you. You don't want to take that step one to be wherever you want to be. You just want to lie down, continue with the life that you have. You just don't want to get better, live in that imaginary world which doesn't even exist, and just complain at the end of the day and blame your destiny that this is how it is, this is what is happening, I'm working hard. You will even label yourself as someone who's working hard without even working hard, because you are working hard in your imaginary world. No, you're not living in reality. If you are living in reality, you know what is the amount of work you're putting, you know what is the amount of effort you're putting to be wherever you want to be. You have to take that step one. I'm telling you, as a well wisher, there is no other option. There is literally no other option to reach wherever you want to reach without putting the effort, without working hard. I know you will say that we have to work smart, we should not work hard, and all of that. Whatever it is, you have to work, no? Do you think it's possible without working? You work smart or you work hard, whatever it is, you have to work. You cannot escape from reality. You want to be a content creator, you want to be someone, you want to be a doctor, you want to be whatever you want to be. You have to put the effort to be wherever you want to be, right? If that makes sense, right? Just thinking about it is not going to make you to be wherever you want to be. I'm again telling you, don't live in a lie. Like, don't. Truths, I know truth is very difficult to accept for all of us humans. When I say that, okay, you want to look pretty, or you just want to have a long hair, when I say that eat healthy, that is truth. That is truth. That's a fact. Very hard to accept, isn't it? Truth is very hard to accept. As they say, truth is always bitter. It's very hard to accept. But the day you accept truth in your life is the day you're going to overcome all the fears that are going to stop you from achieving whatever you want to achieve. What I'm trying to tell you is, don't escape from truth. Stay as closer as possible towards truth, so that you don't have to add another lie to cover it up. Don't cover it up. And we have this tendency of covering the truth with something or the other. You know, we have this tendency of covering it up. I'll give you an example. Now, if I want to eat healthy, I'm going to eat fruits. I have to eat good food. I have to eat healthy food in order to be healthy. Now, I am going to cover that truth up by telling myself that it's okay even if I don't eat healthy. It's okay even if I eat junk every now and then if I want to be healthy. So, I'm covering the truth up with a lie which is not going to help me to reach wherever I want to reach. You get it? So you have to remove that sugar coating and see what is actually there. Because truth is going to make you reach wherever you want to reach. Again, I'm telling you, you live with truth. You live with truth. Of course, truth is hard to accept. I agree. But Don't make your life difficult without accepting the fact, without accepting the truth. You accept it right now itself. It might take you 1 month to accept it, but rest of your life is going to be in a lot of peace. If you don't accept the truth now, you just have to tell yourself all the lies. Are you going to live in a lie? Do you want your whole life to be a lie? I don't want your life to be a lie. I want all of you to live in reality. Has to be a reality check that should be there in your life. At least from now, I just want all of you to do this in this year where you live more in reality than in an imaginary world, than in a than in social media, I would say. If you see something on social media that is extremely inspiring, just don't think about it like, okay, I'm going to also do it, I'm going to get the result. Think about the work behind it. Think about the effort that you need to put behind it. Because when we take quick decisions, that is when our emotional quotient is going to come down. When we take quick decisions, uh, our emotional quotient is going to get attached to it, and when we don't achieve it, we are just going to be depressed, we are just going to be very anxious, we feel FOMO. There are so many things that affect our mental health. It's we who are affecting our mental health in a lot of ways, is what I feel. When you accept truth, when you accept whatever the reality is, for your mind it could be a shocker, but later you will recover from everything. You are going to love following whatever the reality is, whatever the truth is. Now, when I wanted to be fluent in English, I didn't want to accept the fact that I have to practice every day. But once I was hit with reality that this is the only thing that is going to make me fluent, I fell in love with the process, which is why I'm explaining it to all of you today. Imagine if I did not get into reality and uh, I did not even practice to be fluent in English, I would not have been here speaking to all of you in this video. So, taking that step one into reality is going to make you go beyond your limits. Trust me when I say this. I've started this in my life almost 1.5 years ago, that I've been a person who is very practical when it comes to career related stuff. I'm very, very practical, and I want you guys also to be the same one. I know it sounds selfish. People will label you as a selfish person when you are being practical in situations, but there is no other way than dealing it. Maybe when there is a situation, half of the situation can be dealt with emotion, but rest you have to be practical. Rest you have to live in reality, right? So that's why I'm telling you, at least now you get into reality, you understand what you need to do to be fluent in English. Don't try to just cover the truth with some sugar. Don't sugarcoat the truth. You have to accept it. Of course it could be a shocker for you, but you have to accept it, because we have no other option than accepting whatever the reality is, because that is what at the end of the day is going to help us to reach wherever we want to reach. So that's why I'm telling you, at least you consider this right now. I want all of you to realize this right now. Want all of you to realize this right now, because I'm again telling you. I will also tell you till some extent. Okay? I'm going to make this video, tell you guys about it. But after you are done watching this video, it's you who need to tell your mind. As I have told in my previous video about the resolutions about mental health, we have to be very strong. I want to see you guys mentally very strong. And one thing that is really going to help you to stay mentally strong is actually getting into reality and seeing whatever is happening in our life and taking action on it. Even if you have number of thoughts, millions of thoughts, you don't even take one action about it, those thoughts are waste. They're just waste of your time, because you're not even taking one action out of it. We are just running away from reality. How far you're going to run away from reality? The more you run away from reality, the more difficulty you're getting into. You get it? Don't run away from it. Face it. If there is a fear, face it, because that's what is reality. You have that fear, face it. What happens to the most? Imagine the worst. This is what I do. If I face this fear, what happens to the most? Based on that, I take decision. And that really helped me out. Don't sugarcoat everything in life. Sometimes it's required to be real. Sometimes it's required to be in reality. A lot of stuff on social media is sugarcoated. You have to understand that. Okay? Don't get into this delusional world which is not going to help you achieve. Be in a practical world where you actually pen down thoughts, where you actually think about the action plan that you need to be wherever you want to, what you have to do about it, and you actually do it. Without doing it, don't even do that action plan. Do it only when you really want to do it. Take that decision only when you really want to do it. If you don't want to do it, then don't take that decision. No. When you take that decision, you don't want to be in reality. You just want to feel sad again that I did not achieve it, which is indirectly going to affect your mental health again. That's why I'm telling you. Take decisions only what you can achieve. If not, don't even take them. That's what I'm telling you. Because if you don't accept reality, it's very hard for you to achieve them. If you want to change your mind, if you want to be in reality, if you want to be that person who is living more in practical world than emotional world, then I would recommend you all that take that decision and start your plan. You have to take that step one. I'm telling you. Without you taking that step one, nothing is going to begin. You have to begin somewhere, because that's the first rule when you come into reality. You have to start somewhere in your life. If you want to be somewhere, you have to start somewhere. And when you start somewhere and you start loving the process, there's no looking back. There is absolutely no looking back, because you are going to fall in love with the process. That's what I'm telling you. At least from now, after watching this video, one thing that I want all of you to take away from this video is that don't sugarcoat things in life. They look pretty sometimes, but not all the time. It's important to live in reality. Very, very much important. And accept it. Face the reality. It's not as scary as you think it is. If I'm telling you to be fluent in English, practice is not as scary as you think it is. If I'm telling you that eat good food, it's not as scary as you think it is. You're assuming, you're living in your assumption. Check what is assumption and what is reality. These are the key takeaways that I want all of you to take away from this video. And I'm just hoping that this video has helped you till some extent, because this is that one reality check that really hit me in my life, and things have actually started to be different once I've accepted the reality, once I've stopped sugarcoating the truth that is there in my life. If your life is sucking, accept that yes, my life is actually very bad, and what am I supposed to do about it? Accept it. Do something about it. Accepting is good, but you also need to do something about it. Okay? So, yeah, at least from today, I hope you guys are going to live in reality.